So Al, you've always been into windsurfing for many years, and so this is like an evolution, is it, of what you've experienced?
Definitely. I've learned a lot from windsurfing because windsurfing you're doing everything at such high speed, and so when I approached you years ago and said, Jeff, would you make me a wave jumper, you a little bit reluctantly said you'd tried sailing, but because you didn't sail, you thought maybe not. But I said, isn't it just a big surfboard? And you went, I'll make you something like a Hawaiian gun. I said, okay, you made that board 22 years ago, I think now nearly 23 years ago, and that board's the most electric thing I've ever ridden. I've sailed for nearly 35 years, and that board led to us doing other boards. When you did nuggets and stuff, we did nugget windsurfers. So this is an 8.4 by 20 and a half, I think, which ended up leading to basically this 7.6 by 20 and a half as well, I'm pretty sure. And
so what?
And the other thing that over the years is this fin.
That fin, yeah. What's that?
This fin.
That's the albatross fin, is it?
This fin here. Trying the normal fins in windsurfing, it just seemed like I'd cavitate a bit. Probably didn't have enough fin for the speed and the size of the board. So when you come up with this design, never missed a beat. Very directional. That knuckle forward is very directional, and the depth in the water is total hold. This board will be skimming. The water will be hitting under my front foot and through the tail. Basically, the water, the board's hitting where the mast is, but the thing just skims, and that's what I mean. So conventional boards back then were 8 to 8'6", mostly 8'6" for wave boards, and we went down to 7'6", and this thing's, I've sailed triple mast waves on this board.
And it surfs waves well?
Unbelievable, unbelievable. The truth is that maybe the fact that it's a small board means you surf better, because with windsurfing you're going that fast. You can take total control of the board. But as far as speed goes, this board's really fast board. Okay. Really fast. It does like proper wind, like 20 knots or something plus.
How does it go in choppy conditions?
It actually helps palm the chop off. If you went out and it's not strong enough, the board wants to react off the chop. But once it's going hard and fast, it actually wants to go over the chop. Right. And having your sort of rails and the softness sort of helps the chop absorb down the board rather than react.
So if you had a flat bottom, you might be bouncing. Yeah. But with that bottom, it's sort of skimming.
Yeah. I can skim over a bit of chop. I can feel a bit of chop hit the mast, and I can nearly, lift off the water and feel the bump hit under my feet, but there's no bump. It just like glides over the bump. So, but then wave riding, back to wave riding, it just, once you're on a wave, it just glides perfectly. Turns easy. You can straight bottom turn, go straight up top.
So that is probably, like, obviously the softer rail is much more forgiving. If you put a hard rail on there, then it's much more reactive maybe, but it's not absorbing.
If you were trying to make a board that would get on the plane hard and fast really quick in lighter wind, you probably might go a little bit harder and that sort of stuff, just to have it take off quicker. But once you're in really demanding conditions, like I know guys who, once it gets to 30 knots, nearly struggling a bit, whereas actually that's when I'm at my most comfortable. The stronger the better for this board. Okay. This board here, this is probably a better all-rounder, but that's a few reasons, and that's stuff like the rounded pin, and probably a little bit more edge screw there, and so a little bit more stability for lighter wind. But this one here, definitely for stronger wind. So, and that's the reason I wanted to show you them, is because I've learned a lot that I've related back to surfing. The speed and that you go when you're windsurfing, you soon find out if you've got a bad fin windsurfing. But if you're going at 30 knots, if you're travelling at, I don't know if you're travelling at 45 k's or 50 k's across the water, if you're travelling at 45 k's across the water, probably 40 or something, you soon find out if you've got a bad fin, don't you? So, but back to the fins, you've got the knuckle forward direction, you've got your rake for turning, and that's why this one for big waves I like.
That's a gull wing fin, isn't it? that one.
That's the gull wing.
And this one's the albatross.
This one's the albatross.
Yeah.
And this one's just the tail rake.
Oh,
So-
that's the other one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the secret weapon.
That's it. That's the albatross. That's the gull wing, and that's the total rake. I reckon for bigger waves that works really good.
Yeah, well, got more rake, eh?
It's got more rake runs along the line. So
All right. That's pretty good.